Hi, how are you? This is day 2. Now, I'm just going to give this to you. It doesn't have to be now. This is not time bound. So, yesterday doesn't have to be day 1. Today doesn't have to be day 2. In fact, what's important is not that you do the days as I post them. What's important is you get the results from doing what I'm asking you to do. So, if you've done your gratitude to the universe, and that didn't kind of flow naturally for you, I think I'm going to ask you to do that again. Don't be afraid to do that again. In fact, keep doing it. You've got to now do this for the 7 days because it's kind of cumulative. So I just want you to keep up with the gratitude, the thanking, and well done. I've went and done the cards earlier today, and then I was looking at the cards, and they were terrific. But there are only a few, and I thought that's a bit strange. And then I realised that the cards were in fact for me. So I've just gone off and spent some time meditating with Spirit, and really glad that I did that. And I've really enjoyed doing the gratitude. It's always, in fact, I do it regularly. I do it all the time, particularly if I find myself getting into a bit of a funk. Okay, so we've got cards from the Shaman Oracle, and we've got cards from the Light Worker. Okay, so I'll show you the Shaman Oracle first. Yep, what we got? We've got the Mystical Shaman. We've got Flow, which speaks for itself. And we've got the Curse. And when I saw the curse come up, I thought, oh, goodness. Anyway, I understand completely what it's about. So let's start with that first. A bit of a theme that's been coming through with a lot of spiritual work at the moment, and I know it's something that I've had to do a fair bit of my own work with. The curse is actually about inherited limits. So it's things you've been taught by your family, or it's things that you've been taught by your environment about putting limits on yourself and making you think that what you're doing is not appropriate or not right, or you can't do that. And so this is really asking you to, if these thoughts are coming up, to really challenge that, and basically you are not to believe it because it's not yours, it's someone else's limitation. So the curse is asking you to really note anytime you've got a limitation coming up and go, that's not me, that belongs to someone else, I'm not going to put up with that, and to not go with that because it's not you. It's not you. You've inherited it from someone else, you've inherited it from a past life, or your family may have inherited it and passed on to you, or someone who has been strong in your life, like a mentor, may have inherited it and passed it on to you. So that's not for you. The curse, can you see the hand over the mouth? It's holding you back. Do not be held back by other people's self-limiting beliefs. Do not be held back by other imposed beliefs about your capability. You can do this. Most importantly, the Mystical Shaman. So that's just a reminder that there is mystery in the world, that everything is not known in the world, and there is magic. And at the moment you're being guided and you're being helped by a mystical shaman, and there is a little bit of mystical shaman in all of us. So trust your intuition, trust the messages that you're getting from Spirit, and trust yourself when it comes to healing and growth. The other one, of course, which I love, is Flow. And we had that earlier discussion about child and mastery. You know when you've mastered something because it flows really nicely. And the same with children. They love things and they let things flow. It's quite interesting because when we're younger as children, we actually have a lot of mastery. And we have a lot of mastery about self. And we tend to lose that as we move into being a teenager because we all get these questions and fears. And then we tend to lose it again when we're moving into adulthood. And then we lose it again until we reach into mastery. So at both ends of the spectrum, we have this clarity and this flow, and trust the flow. If something works, if something is moving for you, stay with it, keep moving with it, keep going with it, even if you think it's not what you wanted or not what you're after, because it's just saying to you, you're in the flow, which is really, really lovely. Okay, so trust the shaman inside of you, trust the messages that you're getting, trust yourself to be in the flow, and any self-limiting beliefs that you have, particularly if you can see them reflected back at you by the behaviors and attitudes of other people in your family or other key players in your environment, then you know it's not yours. Don't take ownership of it. Reject it outright. Okay. Then the other things we've got, which I kind of like, is also just another interpretation of the flow. Divine grace, the law of efficiency, and that means when you're in the flow, things come together nicely. So if you're in the flow, go with the flow, even if it might appear on face value that's not what you want. If you feel like you're not in the flow, this whole thing about the gratitude that we're doing, this is to get you into the flow. It's raising your vibration. So raising your vibration also opens your vibration by default and actually amplifies it. So we're putting more and more out there. And gratitude or appreciation, putting that into the universe, means that what comes back to you is gratitude and appreciation for you, which makes you feel good, which then raises your vibration, which then ups the energy you're putting out, and that increases your opportunities for being in the flow. Okay. Unplug from the mass consciousness, which is a little bit to do with this, and a little bit to do with this, because this could also be society-based. Right? Is this the right thing to be doing? Is this not the right thing to be doing? And there's strong things around society about what is right and wrong, and I don't want you to get caught up in that. Trust, unplug, trust. You don't have to please everybody. You don't have to abide. I mean, there's certain laws you do need to abide by society when you get yourself into trouble. But you don't have to be part of societal thinking about right, wrong, the correct way to do something, the right way to grow your business, the right way to have a business, because that's not necessarily how the laws work. Okay? We are creating a new way of doing business. So unplug. Love it. First rays of power. That little thing inside you when you start to feel confident, when you get a spark of an idea and you think that's a really good thing, that's the first rays of your personal power. And what I love about this basking in this personal power is the person is holding and hugging themselves. So it's a little bit about self-love and self-appreciation. And this is just saying to you, you are on the path. Your spirits, your guides are looking out for you. And the other thing, again, is another from before with the child being present, the master being present, eternal now. You need to stay in the present. Stop worrying about the future. Stop worrying about the past. Just stay in the present about your thoughts, what's happening, what you can do, how you're going to build this and how you're going to go. And that's all you need to be worried about. That's enough. That's enough. Okay. So that's the reading. Stay in the flow. Trust your own messages that you're getting. Reject any limitations that are not from you because they don't belong. The flow, the flow, the flow. Go with what's working with you. Go with what's working with you, because you'll build success. And again, success will build your energy, build your confidence, and it will start to put success. When you start thinking success, you start having success, you start being successful, you send that out in the universe, and that's what comes back to you. Okay. You are unbelievably powerful right now. You mightn't feel it, but I'm telling you, your spirits are also trying to tell you that you are powerful right now. Stay present. Just stay present. Stay in the now. Don't worry about problems that haven't arrived yet. Don't worry about the future problems that haven't arrived yet. Don't worry about what happened in the past. Okay. So the other thing we're going to work on is the step number 2 for gratitude. I want you to connect with people, which means making eye contact, real eye contact, and I want you to say thank you. So if someone gives you a cup of coffee from your coffee shop, I want you to look at the person giving you the coffee, and I want you to make eye contact, and I want you to say thank you. Someone opens the door, look at them, say thank you. I don't care what it is, look at them and say thank you. Family and friends, if you're with them today and they do something nice for them, look at them in the eye and say thank you. We're going to make a connection, because when two people come together and they share that connection, that response, and it's very positive because you're saying thank you and the other person's feeling grateful, you're generating this big of energy, this impetus, which is about gratitude and someone feeling good about themselves. Because the connection is with you, you get to harness that. So it's like a double whammy when these things come together. And so it sends out a real burst of energy. And you will find that when you do that, and you say thank you to someone, and they look back at you and they acknowledge you and they smile, you're going to feel so good about yourself. Now, if you're not doing that with people, the other way you can do it is to reach out to people that you haven't spoken to before in a long time, or maybe not even spoken to them before, but someone you want to say thank you to and someone you want to give gratitude to. I've got a big list of people who responded to something that happened to me, my tower moment, and today's the day for me to get back in contact with them and say thank you very much. I really appreciate your thoughts. So reach out to people, say thank you. Eye contact in the street, say thank you. It's double gratitude today, and stay tuned for tomorrow. Okay, bye-bye. It was nice talking with you. Have a lovely day.